Coniston Fells and an overnight wildcamp. I've got a day in between finishing the Cumbria way and going back home, so I'm going to use that to explore an area that I've not really been to that much and not for many years, to the point that I'm not entirely sure if I've even climbed the old man of Coniston before. I'm fairly sure I have. But anyway, this evening got a few options as to where we camp. Blind Tarn beneath Brown Crag is probably one choice, but I'm only half an hour away from there now, probably an hour if I dawdle, and obviously 4:30 is way too early to be pitching up. That doesn't mean that I can't sit and have a couple of hours chilling, but another option is to actually go and do a circuit of the old man and Dow Crag, Broad Pike I think it was, I just said, and Brown Pike. I could do that circuit this evening. One option is, if I don't do those this evening, is to do them in the morning. The weather's actually turned out a lot better than forecast, which makes a change for this year. So, on we go. It is 4:10. I still think it's too early to go straight to Blind Tarn, so I'm going to walk up to Goat's Water and then up over Doe Crag and Buck Pike and Brown Pike, and then down to Blind Tarn. It's going to take me a couple of hours, so I'm going to make my food now. So I'm cold soaking on this, and I've hit on something which has actually worked really well and is very tasty, which is Huel tomato pasta bolognese. So I've got 3 scoops of this, which is I think about 700 calories, and the bowl soup pot, basically 3 scoops in here, fill it to the top of the water. 2 hours later you've got a lovely pasta meal. So next job is to put the water in. And at about 6:15, that will be a lovely pot of pasta. Good shake, just mix it up. There we go. And the good thing about the bowl soup pots, well, mainly the good thing is they don't leak, but also they, because they're microwavable, they're okay for hot food. So you can use them if you were cooking stuff as well. Right, there's something interesting about the hitters. So I'm thinking it's waterproofs time and get moving time, and just have to ride this one out. Well, as you can see, the weather's looking pretty sketchy up on top of Doe Crag, and although it's due to blow over, I don't know when it's going to blow over, and if it doesn't blow over in the next sort of half an hour, which by the time I'll be up there, there'll be some pretty atrocious walking conditions. Although I've got my waterproofs on, they are really thin and I'm starting to feel the cold through them. So I'm going to go back down to Torver Bridge and then up to Blind Tarn. I'll be up there early, but hopefully there'll be no one else there and there'll be a nice spot for me to pitch. I've now got hail. Oh joy. It looks like it might be clearing through, possibly there's something else coming, but it's certainly a lot better than it was, which is great news. I probably would have been okay to do the ridge as it turns out, but I couldn't have been sure of it. Plus, I've now got an idea to maybe do that in the morning on my way back down to Coniston. So, tea with a view, and there's the pasta 2 hours later. Absolutely delicious. Right, let's get set up. I've got my foam mats, my food bag, Uberlite small. I've surprisingly found that the short versions work really well, particularly if you have your head above it on the pillow here. I have the rucksack and the pillow here last night, so your shoulders are there, and it's only the very ends of your legs that are off the end, which you don't really notice, and if you curl your legs up then you're all on the mat anyway. So in terms of the size, I would be happy to recommend getting a short one if you wanted to save weight, but the Uberlite, I think it had a slow puncture last night. I'm obviously going to try again tonight. I had to pump it up twice during the night. I don't think I'm going to persist with it, to be honest. It's just, I can't trust it, basically. The Valiant Peak Apex 133 quilt, which was just about warm enough last night. So I'm hoping it'll be just about warm enough tonight, although we are quite a bit higher up, so maybe not. Right, next up, Nemo Pillow Elite Luxury double-sized pillow. And look at what I've spotted. Roaming Gnomon, all ready for bed. No chance of getting to sleep at the moment. You can just see underneath the fly. Well, it's as bad as it sounds. Completely covered in cloud, and it's completely dropping on us. What they call a good test for the tent. Bloody hope it passes. I really fancy walking back down to Coniston in this. Whew. Well, it is 10 o'clock, and as you can hear, it's calmed down. But that was an hour and 45 minutes of really, really squally wind, and it may even start to come back again. The rain has just started as I speak. So I've had about a 20-minute gap. I've been out, checked everything, and all the pegs are spot on. Guys are still spot on, the poles are spot on. This is a fantastic tent. But I have used all my spare pegs to double peg around the corners, so I've actually pegged out the pegs so that if one peg pulls out there's another one holding it in, but from what I've seen so far, this tent is very well designed and it withstood that absolutely perfectly, so if it happens again in the night I'm sure it'll be fine. So I'm hoping now, I was hoping for a bit of peace and quiet so I can finally get some sleep. We shall see if I actually get that or not. survive the night. The tent survived it perfectly. So I put in the original peg and then pegged out the peg. So I double pegged where I could. I don't think it needed it, but that was for my peace of mind. That just helped me sleep better. But there's nowhere where the pegs have even come slightly loose. So it is 5:30. I was hoping for a sunrise, but it's not really happening. And I'm just wondering whether to pack up and get walking or go back to bed. I think I'll go back to bed and then think about getting going in half an hour or so. I'm certainly not going to go back to sleep now. Farewell Blind Tarn, what an experience. Beautiful morning this morning, very unlike last night, but the tent did not move an inch. It stood up perfectly and I'm absolutely delighted with it. It's 8 o'clock, I managed to get a bit more sleep. I had about an hour's more dozing, which was lovely. Sun's properly up now, sun cream on. Waterproof on just to keep the chill off for the first half an hour or so, and it's back down to Coniston, but we're going to do the route that we didn't do last night. So up over Brown Pike, Buck Pike and down Crag, and then down to the saddle, up to the old man Coniston, and then down to Coniston itself, where hopefully I'll be able to find a coffee, and that'll be the end of this walk and this little bonus wild camp. What a wild camp it was. Final push up to the old man, and then down into Coniston. Right, 10 o'clock now. 2 hours into the walk and descending from the old man down to our final destination of Coniston. Well, it's been an eventful 24 hours. I've really enjoyed this walk. It's packed a lot in. There's been some absolutely spectacular views, and despite the weather last night, camping at Blind Tarn was an absolute joy. It's just such a lovely spot. So as I tread my way carefully down to Coniston, I will bid you farewell for this wild camp. Thank you very much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you on the next one.